Hi folks, this is Alan Smith from www.livinginswflorida.com, and you can visit us, our client page on Facebook on the Smith Group Realtors. Just type that in, you'll come right to our client page where you can see all kinds of video tours of homes for sale, listings. You can tour the area with video tours of all the cities, all the beaches, the communities, all kinds of great video tours for you as well there. So go ahead and go visit there, and we look forward to seeing you here shortly. Today I'd like to talk about a few things that I see a lot of. I get a lot of questions about investing in properties down here, both for personal use and as an investor. So I wanted to go over the 7 things you need to know about investing in Southwest Florida property. So I get this all the time. I get a question from somebody who says, hey, I'm thinking about buying a property down here, may want to rent it, may want to keep it for ourselves, may want to do a little bit of both. So I just need to tell you that as buying a primary home isn't challenging enough, what would you expect when buying your first investment property or a second home here in Southwest Florida? Without proper guidance or experience, you can really find yourself in a frustrating situation. Buying investment property is a phenomenal idea right now as prices, interest rates, and rental income create a perfect combination for buying your own personal beach or waterfront canal home that will practically pay for itself. So what do you need to know to be a smart real estate buyer down here in Southwest Florida right now? Well, let's go through a few items. First of all, if you're looking to buy as an individual for yourself, we have up to 95% loans. However, if you're buying as an investment, you're going to rent it, that sort of thing, be prepared to pay 20 to 30% down payment. If you are buying for your primary residence, as I said, we have loans up to 95%. However, it's practically unheard of here in Southwest Florida right now to buy rental property with anything less than 20% down. Some lenders may even require as much as 30% down, and recently we had a golden client who was quoted by Wells Fargo 30% and 1 year of payment, interest, taxes, and insurance put into a separate escrow account, so the total amount needed was closer to 40% down. Jumbo loans start at $417,000, and that's where the interest rate usually jumps a little bit, and there's a little more cost. But we have some great loan programs all the way down, starting at 20% down for those of you who want to buy rental properties. So don't let that figure scare you, because you got to keep in mind prices are down about 40% overall, and in some areas even more than that. So 30% down on today's prices is less than 20% down for the prices that were in 2005. So really it kind of evens out to be the same thing. The other thing you have to keep in mind is that most lenders will allow you to use up to 75% of your projected established rental income to qualify for the loan. With that income, you may be able to qualify for more than you ever expected. So give me a call. Carol and I are both mortgage brokers. We can go through all your scenarios and figure out exactly what you qualify for and get you lined up to find that perfect investment property. Use a 17-week rule. If you're nervous about the affordability of a second or investment home, follow the advice of some smart investors. If the home has a history of generating more than 17 weeks of rental a year, calculate all of your expenses for the year, and if they can be paid with the 17 weeks of income, then it's a good investment. Most homes with a pool and hot tub will generate at least 18 weeks and some up to 24 weeks, depending on the location. If the expenses can be paid with 17 weeks, the rest is money that can be set aside for annual maintenance. This is a very, very conservative and safe rule of thumb, folks. Be sure to find out about the flood zones of the property. Most all of the Cape Coral Canal properties and all of Southwest Florida waterfront properties is actually in the flood zone. However, some areas are based on elevation and are in different flood zones. No flood insurance is required in a few flood zones, but I still highly recommend that you still purchase flood insurance. Even though we have not had any flooding, even during the big Class 5 hurricane of a few short years ago, I recommend getting flood insurance as it's very inexpensive and a great peace of mind. Remember, rainwater or storm water coming through your roof or things like that is still considered flooding, so water doesn't have to come from the bottom up. Be prepared to pay a slightly higher interest rate. Investment properties and jumbo loans do run a higher risk, so lenders charge anywhere from a half a point to 1% higher for these loans, and for non-primary homes are asking, like I said, 20 to 30% down. There are still 30-year fixed loans available for beach, waterfront, canal, and non-waterfront properties down here in Southwest Florida. We're getting people into great loans every day, folks, so don't stop taking advantage of these great rates, because you're probably never going to see these rates again. If you push off your buying decision until the summer months, you'll need to be prepared to pay higher interest rates, higher prices, and less inventory. Sellers will be back up north, and therefore they're less motivated to sell. They want to sell now before they leave, so they're really getting aggressive on their property, so now is the best time to buy. Once they go back home, hey, if it sells, no big deal. They'll move their prices back up. So, then they'll put it back on the market, or they'll raise them back down next year when they come down here. Unless you're looking at foreclosures only, which are vacant, and still looking to buy a property needing much fix-up and repair, the spring and the fall are the easiest and best times to access the best properties and secure the best buys. If you have any questions about buying an investment home anywhere in Southwest Florida, or would like a cash flow analysis of the home you have now because you want to use it for rental, or a home that you're thinking about buying, contact me. We have a lot of clients that have both annual and seasonal rental properties and do extremely well. Heck, I have some clients from the UK that call the rental properties they bought from us cash cows, if you believe that or not. I have a lot of experience with rentals. I've owned homes, apartment buildings and such before myself, so I have a lot of experience with rentals. We can get you all fixed up. If you're a foreign investor, there are a few more hoops to jump through, like special financing requirements from our government and FIRPTA, or the special tax withholding when you sell. But again, we're happy to walk you through that whole process. We have foreign investor loans ready to go. They start at 20% down and go up from them. I have a whole package I can email you. So if that's something that you're interested in, and if I can be of any help, please give me a call, 239-989-1106. Visit us at www.livinginswflorida.com, or better yet anyway, visit our client page on Facebook at the Smith Group Realtors. Talk to you then. This is Alan Smith. Look forward to talking to you soon. Give me a call. Bye-bye now.